Well, nobody saw this sequel coming. I don't know. I really have nothing for the intro, so that's what you get. So, The Purge Anarchy is directed and written by James DeMonico, the guy who gave us the first Purge movie, and more or less stars Frank Grillo. I say more or less because the supporting cast around him really doesn't matter. They do slick a little bit, but they don't matter enough to where I have to remember their names. And in The Purge Anarchy, there's another year, another Purge, and last year, if you saw my review for The Purge, I really didn't like that movie too much. I felt like it was just borrowing a whole bunch of horror movie cliches from a whole bunch of horror movies, and it really didn't capitalize on this thing that murder is legal on this day and this whole world of The Purge. It really didn't capitalize on that, and that's really the reason I didn't like The Purge 1. I guess. But in The Purge Anarchy, Frank Grillo and 4 people have to survive this night. Like, they're actually in the Purge. They're outside. No, there's no inside door. There's some inside door stuff, but there's no home invasion element. Somewhat. There's a little bit of home invasion stuff in there, but that's in the beginning. But really, you're getting into a movie of just a whole bunch of slew of anarchy. And the name fits what it's about. It's really a whole bunch of anarchy. And it's cool seeing all that. Like, the dude, his name is Big Daddy. He has this gunny, he just mows people down and whatnot, and he has a deeper thing with him. I really love that they wanted to go with the more layered tone story. I really love the fact that the first one felt like a studio call, and in this one it feels like the dude that actually came up with this idea is actually getting a chance to write the movie he wanted to write, and I give him props for that. I give the studio props for that, for letting him do what he needs to do. And there's a lot of good things about this movie. I don't per se good things. I don't mean good things. I mean, there's a lot of okay things, but there's only one really great thing about this movie, and that is Frank Grillo. This dude is awesome. Like, in the first scene he comes on, he just whoops all types of ass, and you're just like, that's right, he's badass. I love him. Like, he's just killing army dudes and shit, and you're just like, that guy's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with him during the Purge. And then the mother-daughter aspect, I was invested in them more than I was invested in the couple, because there's 4 people that go with Frank Grillo on this little adventure, I guess, from point A to point B, and I was really more invested in the daughter and mother story than I was in the couple story. They could have died for all I care. I really didn't care. They were getting on my nerves too. I was like, Frank Grillo, turn around, bust a cap in both of their asses, and let's move on with this, and everything would be better. Now, one thing that downs the movie is it's just got a whole bunch of horror movie cliches in it. But I have a feeling when James was writing this movie, he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna write an action movie, and this is gonna be all types of badass. We're gonna have a badass character right here. We're gonna have to get point A to point B, but it's gonna be a simple movie, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. And then James Blunt just came in. Yeah, you know that script you were writing, that action movie? Yeah, well, we at Blumhouse, we do horror movies, so just put in a whole bunch of horror movie cliches in that script, and yeah, let's do that. We should be fine. And then James was like, I'm writing a badass action movie right now. This is what The Purge is actually supposed to be. You know, James, I like you. The Purge was a successful movie, and I want to see this franchise go somewhere. I do. But just make it a horror movie so we can advertise it as a horror movie. But it's really not at the core going to be a horror movie. It's really going to be an action movie, but we got to advertise it as a horror movie. Okay, I guess, whatever. Yes, it just feels like this was supposed to be an action movie, and if they would have just stuck with the action movie route, this would have been a way more enjoyable movie. But just throwing in a whole bunch of horror movie cliches, throwing in a jump scare here, throwing in a jump scare there, having somebody trip off of pebbles. Who trips off of pebbles? No. So aside from the horror movie cliches and the 2 annoying characters that I really didn't like, this movie had a lot of good things going for it. I didn't love it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I really wanted to. I can't push it to a B, but I can give it a B- because The Purge Anarchy gets a B-. So The Purge Anarchy, have you seen it, and what did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below. I'm Michael Woods, and you've just been off the grid.